Hey, this is one more last Cryptoversity video to tell you that I can't get the syncing to LBRY and Odysee is a real pain in the ass. I get why it's like it's a different tech than what's it's to do with like cookie sessions and all sorts of stuff. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. But I've also had trouble, even if I use a different device, getting it to sync up. So the short story long is that I'm just going to incorporate things that I talk, because let's face it, part of being red pilled, part of being free in this world is having cryptocurrency. I'm at the stage where I can't talk for endless hours on crypto, because here's a simple fact: we have a market that, yeah, it's being manipulated, but it's always been manipulated in different levels. It's been manipulated by whales, now it's been manipulated by what they call the institutional investors. Doesn't really make much difference. It's still a case where you have to have a strong hand, right? You need to look past what's going on. And then yeah, so right now, for example, we know that the bull market's not over, and all you need to do is have strong hands, right? You just need to hold. And I know that sounds really dumb, like people held down at the bottom in 2017. Sorry, 2018 and 19. But now this is about understanding that the old banking system is completely fucked, and that the old banking world are completely obsessed with Bitcoin, not Ethereum, not Cardano, not anything else. So even though I'm telling you to buy Ethereum and Polkadot and a few others, because they will outperform Bitcoin for the moment, for the time being. But generally what we want is we want to accumulate more Bitcoin, because that is what is going to underpin the financial system of the future. Even if it's just in the background, bank to bank clearances, whatever it might be, that is what's going to be the gold that moves forth, back and forth between these systems. We may use something else. We may even use one of the existing currencies that might get adopted by the banks also. Who knows? It might be a proof of stake token. We just do not know. That's some new birds that have nested in my house this year. Apparently it's a sign of prosperity. And anyway, so I want to tell you that I'm moving from this channel. Rather than what I said before, I'm just moving to Red Pill Diaries. Simple as that. Everything will be under Red Pill Diaries now. So go over there, see the sort of things I say right now. I need you to understand. Actually, please go and check Guy from the Coin Bureau, his video. So Coin Bureau, his latest video today, or it might have been yesterday, about this Wyckoff structure that I've spoken of. I might have spoken about in my last video. I don't know if I did. That a couple of YouTubers foretold. I wish I remember the first guy that I saw that foretold this. It's really annoying. He's got a small channel. I'm going to put his channel down here. It might not be straight away, but I will put it down there. He only has about 3,000 subs, or he might have a lot more now, because he had it bang on. But he had it sooner than what I thought. So I didn't sell it. I was talking about selling out to my friend Johnny at the time. I didn't sell out that morning. I had to go get a chiropractor shit done, and I was high, and she was telling me, oh, we've got half an hour to go. I thought, I had to close all these positions, and be a pain in the ass, and I didn't do it. I fucked up. But it doesn't matter, because all I have to do is hold, and it will return. It's already got back most of what it lost. I even adjusted some of my positions between, get this for example, one coin I noticed that hadn't moved the whole time, it hardly moved, was one that had not performed very well, which was Celsius. Celsius had made me a lot of money at the start of the bull market, and then it stagnated the whole time. Well, I had on two exchanges, on Bilaxy and on what do you call it, liquid.com, I had quite a lot of that left, because I was waiting for it to make new highs, and I know it's going to do well. And well, it didn't really do well, but what it did is it held its value against Bitcoin. I actually made about a couple of % gain during that whole crisis, right? That whole engineered dip that we all know is an engineered dip. Wyckoff structure, WHCO, I don't know how you spell Wyckoff, but anyway, that's the structure that was taking place, identified many years ago by a man whose last name is Wyckoff. Anyway, so we know the bull market has a long time to go, although things can change. We are in unprecedented times. We are in a situation where we have a banking collapse. It's a slow motion car crash, which basically the car already hit the bridge in the banana situation, you know what I mean? The car already hit the bridge, now everything's slowing down. That whole thing when you get into an accident where everything goes so slowly, that's what's happening right now. So we've already crashed, the damage is already done. And what we're seeing right now is we're waiting for the light to come through the through the solar system at the speed of light to us and take its time getting to us of the play that's taking place. And that play is a play on us, and it has been on our parents and on our parents' parents for generations, and that is the fraud and enslavement that is the banking system, because they print money, as I've said many times, at will, at their complete whim. Like, I feel like printing $1 trillion more a day. I feel that the military-industrial complex needs more money. I think I'll just print another few $1 trillion. We need a new school. Damn your school! That's how the world works, right? And like, for example, Jeff Bezos, we've just seen that Jeff Bezos has been asking for more money. He lost money. Oh, poor Jeff. Oh, you're only the richest man in the world. Oh, how's he lost money? He didn't get the contract for the space agency. Oh, poor. You really get people out there that actually they feel sorry for Jeff when he got his divorce, or Bill Gates when he got his divorce, or whatever's happening right now. Basically a stock sell-off. That's what's happening. They need to be able to sell stock without everyone knowing that they're dumping stock. Because if they dump stock, Bill Gates just dumped all the stock. Oh, panic. No. It's because of... No, it's a simple explanation. It's because he's going through a divorce and they need to split the assets. They've talked about this already. You're such a conspiracy theorist, aren't you? No. What the elite are doing, including them, who, by the way, they're not really the elite. They're the face of the elite. They're the ones that give us, like, Epstein was one of these people. He was the face of the elite. He was allowed to be... Mossad allowed him to be extremely wealthy so he could gather intelligence on people like Bill Gates. You know, that's the beauty of the whole thing that's happening right now. But believe me, it's not as beautiful as you think it is. Everything's always rigged. Even the results of what happened later on. Like, we know that Epstein got strangled in his cell, and that the two guards who did nothing about it, not just did nothing about it, were complicit in his murder. The judge decided to let go. Why would the judge decide to do that? Oh, could it be that the whole system, like I've been saying for fucking years, sorry for being egotistical and saying that, because it is an ego thing to say, oh, I've said for years. My brother's got a habit of doing that. But I have been. The whole system is one. And my girlfriend here, Anita, she was once told in school that because she started talking like this, the world being one, they said that she was, the school counselor said that she might have schizophrenia. Now, I've met a lot of schizophrenic, and I can guarantee you this woman doesn't have schizophrenia. But this is what the system does, and this is what the indoctrinated, remember, the indoctrinated morons of the system, they're the ones that fight for the system to remain. They are the cows in the field that are being fattened up. It's like, for example, they're the cow being fattened up with beer and stuff because they're the wagyu beef, right? But they don't. What they get told is, right? Oh, I'm wagyu beef. I get to live forever. And it's like, no, we won't all be killed, but you might be killed. And then that cow goes off to the slaughter. That's the cow with common sense and starts to panic, and they end up slaughtering it. The wagyu beef's sitting there thinking, ha ha, see, I'm still alive, because we need to fatten you up more. Your flesh isn't quite marbled enough yet. And what they did is they did the job of the system. They protected the system. They protected the farmer. And that's what the systems are. The regional farms of the global system harvesting our energy. How do you know that? Because money is time. Money is effort. Money is energy. And money used to be something you just have to harvest with a great amount of energy or time, looking for gold. You know, digging for gold. Energy. That energy gets converted. Here you go, is my token of gold energy for your time, right? And then the central banks came along, the Rothschild family. Oh God, oh, he's one of those guys looking at, yeah, well, it just happens to be that family is at the forefront of this global paradigm of human slavery that most people won't even acknowledge is occurring. And the people who won't even acknowledge it's occurring are fucking peasants, and that's not the peasant version that you think of. It's the peasant version that me and my brother, I just explained to my friend Ivan before. We've got a different meaning of peasant. Peasant, when I say peasant, means the Scottish and English scutter scum, the ones who believe that they're really above. No, like in South Africa when I lived there when I was younger, you might think the Dutchmen back then were like Kaffir this, Kaffir that, blah blah blah, because we're better, because apartheid told us blah blah blah, right? But when you saw, not so many Scots, but there was some, but these English from Scunthorpe or some other shithole, Sheffield or whatever it might be, places I know where they're from, and like, hey, these Kaffir, look at this Kaffir here, he's such a Kaffir, look at this Kaffir. And it's like they say it again and again and again and again, because they love looking down on someone else. Back home, it's like, we come out here, South Africa, like 25 years ago, we bought this place here, and it's bloody marvellous. We're living in paradise. I met so many like that. It's like, I know, trying to speak more posh Scots than they are, but I recognise the actual guttural slang. Yeah, we're Maggie when they get pissed, you know what I'm saying? I recognise those things in their accent. I know where they come from. I know that Easter House is a shithole, and that your £40,000 apartment you sold back then bought you something nice in South Africa, but I know your skills scutter scum, right? I'm not looking down on them. I'm just saying I know where they come from. I know what they are, and yet they are so quick to jump on that high horse and look down on others. That is human nature, and that is British nature, right? That's the nature of Brits worldwide. If you can imagine a system, well, you know what, I'm going to explain this all over on Red Pill Diaries instead, because that's where this channel's going to go. I will talk about crypto on there, but there's no point separating the two. It's all about lifestyle. It's all about separating yourself from the control structure, which is what we have all around us, everywhere we go. I'm learning this through learning more about sailing. I want to buy a boat and just get the fuck. I want to get lost, literally. And I know in the world what I'm going to have. I'm going to have situations where I will come across, because I have traveled extensively in my life. I've been to probably around 150 countries, so I've been to most of the world. And I want to continue seeing a little bit more of it. I want to go back to some of the countries that I haven't really traveled too much. Basically, when I was younger, I was like, oh, look, I've been there. Look, I went to the airport, tag, you know, like a twat. And I want to go back and see these countries properly, you know. But part of that is the understanding that I'm going to come across people who are going to board my boat, are going to want to look around it, are going to want to do their thing. I'm going to run into, no, fuck you. No, you're not going to my safe and stealing. I'll always, wherever I go somewhere, I'm going to keep some gold. I'm going to keep some silver. Yeah, I'm going to keep a machete. Fuck them. And it might be illegal in some countries. And they will not take me. I would rather park outside the 24-mile mark and have a boat with extended range tanks, with a dinghy, with extended range tanks, so I don't have to go in their country with my main lot they can steal. Because I don't fucking trust any government. They are scum. The lot of them are scum. They're all together. They are, anyway, just like you said, they are all one. And of course, when that happens, you need to be on lithium or whatever they put you on for schizophrenia. You know why? Because you're not a compliant system slave. So part of owning crypto and holding and understanding that right now we are in a Wyckoff structure, and it might happen again, by the way. We had 2 previous dips that were engineered. These are for accumulation of the extremely super rich, wealthy, harvesting wealth, energy, whatever. There's different, energy is converted in different forms, right? When you convert your money to something and you put it into a dumbass project like Dogecoin, and you think it's going to keep on going up and it doesn't because fuckhead Elon Musk told you to buy it, you are a dipshit. I'm sorry to say that, Rob, it's not aimed at you if you think I'm talking about you, but please don't buy these coins. Please don't buy XRP because someone said it's going to be, my friend made money on Telcoin. She just told me this morning. It's a good sale. But you told me that, don't care. I told my other friend Carolina, she bought XRP, her friend, she fell out with her friend because she's like, you're insulting my intelligence. I said, look, put him onto me. I'll insult his intelligence instead, you know? Because the reality is you're shilling a shit coin. You are trying to push up a market for a bunch of billionaires, you fucking retard moron. Please learn more. This is why I wrote a document, you should please search for it. It's on 2017 I wrote it, called A Stellar Apology of Rippling Proportions. I didn't write that by accident. I wrote that because I could see what the fuck was going to happen, then it happened. And it's going to happen again because new suckers will come in the market. New shills will take money for shilling it. And then it will dump down to nothing. oh, but hey, all crypto dumped. Not as much as they did. You know, you saw that OneCoin, the woman fucked off that Bulgarian chick and her brother. Well, he's now in jail, but she fucked off with over $1 billion. There will be more of this. The banks will make more of this happen. You must have strong hands. Strong hands, strong hands. All I can say is fucking repeat in your head. Strong hands, strong hands, strong hands. You know what? If you fuck up and you miss the top, and even if it gets to the top, you never know where the top is. So the reality is, if the top comes 140, which is my call, and it starts to come down, it goes to 120, just beware. Because it could just drop to zero. Not to zero, sorry. I sound like those guys, I want to sound like Jonathan. Anyway. It could drop down to something like 20 to 40k. Realistically, it could do that. Even if it goes to 300, it could drop down to those levels. You never know when the peak is. So when it comes down the other side, that is when you start to sell. I like to do it differently. I actually like to dollar cost sell near the top, right? That's my thing. But you do whatever you want. But the reality is, when it goes to 140 and comes down, as it will do, as I'm pretty sure it will do, it could then jump back up again and go towards 280, like the guy who invented the stock to flow model says it will do. So maybe listen to him. I don't know. Others just say it topped out at 65 and we've already hit the top. I don't think so. And it's not just because of the stimulus check from Joe Biden. Because don't take that bullshit that one person like Elon Musk can move a global market, or that one country like America can move a global market. It can't. But you know what can? Yeah, moving out all the miners from China. Yeah, it has a dip. Did it destroy Bitcoin? Well, no. It put it down to 30,000 times the value of the US dollar. Big whoop-de fuck. Temporarily. So I think we can understand that crypto is here to stay. You know why? Because as I've said in my very first videos back in 2017, you don't just go from a donkey to a Lamborghini and then think, you know what, I still like the aerodynamics of that donkey, and go back to the donkey again. You don't do it. You know why? Well, you don't take your donkey and go to the tractor and say, right, I've got a Lamborghini tractor and I've got a Lamborghini car. Two of these now. No, I'm going to go back to the donkey because it was much more streamlined on the road. I like the way it sounds on the tarmac, and I also like the way it plows my field. Instead of the tractor making that terrible noise. You know what I mean? You just don't do it. Well, that is the exact... Actually, you know what? The difference between the donkey and those things, and between old money, old rigged money, I'm not talking about gold, I'm not talking about the first currency that came about. I'm talking about the post 1971, or actually I'm talking about the post I can't remember which year it was, the post fractional reserve banking system, dollars and pounds and pesetos and whatever the fuck it was. The difference between all of those fiat currencies from that point, when they unhinged from a gold standard, and also before they unhinged from the gold standard, when they became a fractional reserve, meaning that you could lend it out and multiply it and lend it out the same thing, which translated back to the same ounce of gold. So you've got 10 different notes, promissory notes, saying this is an ounce of gold. This one has 2, this one has 2. Oh, which gold? Oh, gold bar number 13462. Oh, that's my one. Oh, if they actually had that tracking, people would have understood that is what money was, even back then, even before Nixon completely derailed it from the gold system. So that it's further removed than the Lamborghini tractor and the Lamborghini car is from the donkey. All right? So you don't just go one day, oh yeah, oh, I think it's going to go to zero. Because you're a fucking moron who doesn't understand. You haven't spent any time learning why it's so good. And even quite disappointingly, Charles Hoskins, when he's explaining, and by the way, this is my biggest hold, so I'm not just dissing him for the sake of dissing him. Charles Hoskins, he was talking about this the other day in one of his videos about proof of stake versus proof of work, and the way he talks about it is pathetic. I'm going to give you the most rational explanation of proof of work and why it's the best thing ever, but also why it should be rare. There's no point mining all these different currencies when you only need one or two. Why do you need one or two? Why not just one? It doesn't make sense to be transacting a currency like Bitcoin if all its job is to be a store of value. But it was meant to be a cash, Satoshi said. Who gives a fuck? It became what it became, and what it became is a store of value, and a fucking good one. Better than gold, right? Because you can't confiscate it. It is digital gold. Max Kaiser and many others weren't wrong. It is digital gold. and it's going to stay that way. Oh, but you just don't understand. No, it's going to stay that way. But what about when the dominance goes down? It's going to stay that way. What about when Ethereum flips? It's still going to stay that way. Right? No matter what you think's going to happen. Let's say this Ethereum flipping idea that people had years ago, and I even bought into. Actually, I lost a lot of money by thinking that Bitcoin Cash might flip because I saw that going up. You know what? I was being suckered into a bear trap. I got suckered in. So look, I've learned. That time I lost $128,000. Right, just so this is back in 2017 to understand just how much I've lost in crypto. I've lost. Okay, I lost. Here's another one. I sold out Ethereum last year at $210. You know why? Because I thought I'd be a smart ass. 200 Ethereum, scalping them down. Because I thought I'd pick it up at 180 again. Why? Resistance points down here. Boom, boom. All the hype says it's going to go down this direction. Trend lines say this. Oh fuck! Boom! It went up, and I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to sell it and buy in again at a loss. It's just how I am. Went up, up, down. It never went to that level ever again. You can go check, and it never will. It never will. It never will. Ethereum's bottom now is probably around about 500. That's after a bull market that might take it to maybe somewhere between 8 and 10. I'm not buying it. You know why? Because that 200 Ethereum that I sold, I put the money into Cardano and it raised up more than what Ethereum did. But I'm still gutted that I missed out on those Ethereum gains, because I could have leveraged those and jumped across to Cardano and multiplied what I had many times, because these things don't pop at the same time. So anyway, so that's hopefully a good lesson for you, that we can all lose a lot. But you know what? If you focus on what you've lost, I said to this guy here, Eric, recently, you will never make any money because you're focused on what you lost. You've got to move forward. You've got to drag yourself away from that disappointment in yourself and that beating yourself up and because one is, that's really bad energy, and it's not going to lead forward to new things, because new things are brought in by good energy. You know, bad luck is brought in by shit energy. So what we need to do is hold, and hold hard, because it will pay off. And I went down below my baseline bottom of where I'd say I'd go below. I revenge traded. And I thought I'd never do that again, although I revenge traded back in 2017 and it paid off. I made that money back in the space of 10 days that I lost. But hey, it was a fucking bull market. Anyone could make money. Everyone thinks they're a fucking genius in a bull market. So the reality is now, if you, can you shut those windows in the car, please? It's starting to rain. Reality is now, the best thing you can do, so that your bum doesn't show. All right, she's got a nice butt, but anyway, who cares? Right, so yeah, I revenge traded then, and it paid off for me, but it could have ended very, very different. I could have been down to 1 Bitcoin or something, or whatever. You know what I mean? I could have been sitting there, and actually, for some people might be watching, like, oh fuck, mate, what? You know, but yeah, I made a lot of fuck ups, and I'm pretty sure I'll make more. And the latest was going in that trip and not cancelling that chiropractor. You know, and that now, okay, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm just going to be very open and blatantly honest. That lost me $800 and something thousand, just not taking that action that day. But it didn't lose it to me, did it? You know, it didn't lose it because, you know why? I didn't lock in my losses, and all I have to do is wait, and it will go up again. And even if this is a situation where, the market, it is the top, that guy, not arguing, he was discussing with me this morning about, he believed that there was another trader, he was talking about, this guy's always been right. Fair enough, there's a lot of guys all been right. The guy with the stock to flow model, he's been right more than anyone. He's saying 280k, which is twice what my call is, 140k. I still believe, despite I know how accurate his model is, I still believe that I could be right for the purposes of an engineered crash. But now we've seen that engineered crash, now I'm thinking I could be wrong, because that engineered crash that I expected happened sooner, right? But it could keep on happening. None of us know what's ahead, unless you've got a friend who's a multi-billionaire, part of a syndicate, which, by the way, Wyckoff called the collective man, the collective person, or the collective man. This is what I'm getting on about, and what I'm talking about with what my girlfriend said, and what I've also said in the Red Pill Diaries series for a long time, and that is, we are living, do not mistake yourself, under a global I wouldn't say a global government. I would say the governments of the world answer to a global power that is cult, that is hidden, that is a sect. And you know where the proof of that is? The proof of that is that they all took part in the lockdowns. Not all of them. Oh, you had a dissenter, Sweden. Oh yeah, one of the Five Eyes. Well, yeah, they're a nation of libertarians, aren't they? No, they're not. They're a nation of left-wing tards. Not nation of. I'm talking about the controllers of them. They're not left-wing. So by the way, left-wing, right-wing doesn't exist. That's something that you get given to believe that there are teams to be part of and that you actually have. You're like Maggie. This is what the scenario I've given many times. People that think their vote counts is Maggie in The Simpsons holding the steering wheel, going left and right, beep, beep, beeping the horn. You know, that is you if you really believe that you're not under one system. Even here in Slovenia, around right now, or even in the my other homes, it's the same thing. You know, in Cyprus isn't even part of Turkey or Greece, but it's still the same there. You still are controlled. You still have to answer to. And they're still doing the lockdown. They're still taking part in the global rot of the human being. It's all one system. It really is. And here's the other one: is the banking system, the enslavement system, printing these free dollars, which Cyprus also has too, right? Printing the free dollars. And what did they have in Cyprus? They had a run on the banks, not even a decade ago. And you think it can't happen in your country? You think the domino effect can happen with the Iranian dollar, and then the Argentinian peso, and then peso, I think it is, and then the Venezuelan, the Bolivian bolivar, whatever. They all start to collapse. The domino effect. They all start to buy into the U.S. dollar. The US dollar should be hyperinflating right now because they're printing it money at will, but they're only printing it because they understand where everyone's going to rush to. They're going to rush to the last currency standing, which will be the dollar. Why? Why wasn't it going to be the yuan? Because the Chinese can't even afford to dump the American dollars they own, because they own the most of American debt, because they would collapse the dollar, but they would also collapse themselves. So that even they will probably be buying dollar at the end of the day, and then the dollar will have its fantastic crash at the end of it. Because why? It's shit. It's nothing. It's a promissory note of something that used to exist once upon a time. And this is why the worst case scenario for you is, okay, that was the top, fine, hold, still don't dump. Just hold. The market will only go down is because the noobs in the market are being played by the whales. And even though we go, what are you doing, you idiot noobs? Stop selling, stop it, you fucking idiots. Don't you understand? They don't, of course they don't. They're completely ruled by fear, and that's where the market's the Japanese guy that came up with the candle system in the first place. He, hundreds of years ago, before computers existed to give you the charts automatically, they were charting manually, and he was doing these red and bearish candles, and he noticed the structure and how it lined up with human emotion. This is why we're still playing today. If you think about it with the AI systems already exist and are one reason why right now what I'm saying is happening. It's not a conspiracy theory, as Crypto Face, you fucking twat. I can't believe he said that yesterday. He's a smart guy. He's a cool guy. But what a dick for trying to say that people who, manipulation, as if it doesn't exist. Everything's about manipulation. And that's, we're living in a parasitic paradigm. And people are cattle. They're just not being slaughtered for their meat. That's the only thing. Anyway, don't be pathetically weak. Don't be ruled by emotion. Don't have weak hands. Hold on to your shit. And when you dump, that's why I always tell people, don't dump everything. When I'm telling people to start dumping maybe September, this is risk averse people. If you want to make money, you're going to stay in the market until at least February next year. But I'm telling the people who have enough money, people who have millions, there's quite a lot of people who are around in these groups that we play in who are multi-millionaires, and they're still not that experienced. So just have strong hands, get a fucking grip on your emotions. This woman said to me yesterday on the, I can't remember her name, her and her boyfriend, what they called again, Crypto Tips, her channel, right? So they give some pretty good advice here and there. I like the way they live, you know what I mean? That's what I like about her and her boyfriend, is that they live the right way, they live the crypto way. It's really cool. But what she was saying was, oh bollocks, I've missed the fucking point. Oh, that's right, someone said in the channel, how can you be laughing at people who are losing money? I'm not laughing, I just said hello my wrecked brethren. And it's just like, here we all got wrecked, you know what I mean? Because even if you were to have strong hands to time that one, it was going to be pretty hard to time that to the minute anyway. But yeah, you're right, I had an inkling that was going to happen. I'd already saw a video about the Wyckoff structure. I should have known, but I thought it's going to be a few days time. It wasn't. It was exactly where this one YouTuber, who I'm going to paste, can you please remind me of that? The guy who predicted the Wyckoff structure by the day when it would happen. I need to put that on this video, because I forget these things and people go, where do I put them? So I'm going to put that up there, because it's obviously a channel to watch, because this guy's been right a few times in the past, therefore he's one to watch in the future. Like Alessio Rastani, he does actually point out quite a few things. Okay, he's wrong a lot. Crypto Face, fuck yeah, he points out a lot of good shit. But he does get it wrong sometimes. But he doesn't say that he gets it right all the time. But he got it wrong, his description of people. I think he gets annoyed, he makes his money, you know, he's doing really, really well in life. He bought a new Ferrari way last year. Now he went from trading 50, 70, 100k at a time to doing a few $1 million trades, because he doesn't do what I do. He doesn't go into the altcoins and stuff. He just trades Bitcoin, flips, and he does do altcoins, but only like things like Ethereum. Or maybe he does behind the scenes, who knows. But he makes good money on doing what he does. His market cipher bot, very similar to the one that I showed 3 videos ago, by the way. You don't have to buy market cipher. It's a pretty good indicator. You don't have to buy it, you know what I mean? You can buy, you can just use any of the 2 free ones that I put in that last video. So just check that out if you are considering buying market cipher. It's not really going to benefit you that much. There's actually a combination of indicators that I will put on my next Red Pill Diaries video, or maybe a few in future. It's a trend structure one that actually is very good as well to marry up together. But use these things. Don't blind trade, because if you're blind trading, you may as well just fucking buy and hold, accumulate. And by the way, even if you're trading, you're still gonna fuck up and get it wrong here and there. So learn that loss is part of the game. It will go up, it will go down. The thing is, make your gains more than your losses. And if you can't do that consistently, then just please give up. Please just start hodling, start accumulating. I haven't said this enough, I should have said this more. Hodl, accumulate, because this is not going away. Maybe Ethereum might, maybe Cardano might. You know, they could all get better by something else. Look what happened with EOS. By the way, I'm buying EOS because it's scraping the floor and it will go up. But Telos will completely devour the EOS community. Why? The blockchain's the same, the tools are the same. You can transport one to the other, use the same wallet tools. I think it's the busiest or the second busiest blockchain. You know, Digibyte is still the 6th busiest blockchain out there. You've got to look at these statistics, because the speculation market is driven by, well, just market sentiment and emotion. But there's another side, there's a fundamentals market that is driven by what something does, what it brings to the table. Digibyte is the tits, you know what I mean? Cardano is the tits. Polkadot is good. Atom is great, you know what I mean? These are fundamentals. Energy Web Token, yeah, the system that they're setting up to integrate with all these power distribution systems around the world is trick. You know, buy into that shit. Be ahead of the curve. You will make shitloads of money, you know, but just $1,000 or 100, whatever your budget is. Let's say your budget's 10 grand, just put $100 on something that's a long shot, but put some on it, because these things can go 100x or 1,000x. I personally have experienced a few 16,000x on Bitcoin. I remember saying it, I was working out years ago. Fuck, 16,000% gain? Yes, you can make that. I made thousands of percent gain on Ethereum over the years. These gains are out there to be had, and I'm talking about making gains in those ones that you know about. Imagine the gains that are in those ones that you don't know about, those ones that were 1 Satoshi and are now literally 001 Satoshi. Yes, I've had them. It's amazing, but I haven't actually held them all the way through. And a lot of the biggest problem that I've had, my biggest mistake, was not understanding that in the early days, my hodling far outperformed my trading, because I was trading blind. That's probably my biggest lesson for this one. Closing off, for the last time, on the Cryptoversity, I'll only ever be on the Red Pill Diaries channel, because it's easier. So I'm staying on YouTube a little bit longer, because the site syncs up easily. It's too much effort for me at the moment during a bull market. The reason why I'm not going to be uploading during a bull market is because it takes too much time. Anything that happens, like that chiropractor appointment I had to drive to 3 hours for, and then then go to my dog's one after that, that is not worth the distraction. There's something in this world that's really strange. These things have to be perfectly timed for the wrong moment. Last year I got drunk here with a friend of mine, lost 30 odd grand just in that one thing to say, yeah, I'll have another beer, and then we got shit-faced drunk, and then next month, 30 odd grand just lost. And that's a small amount compared to what I sometimes have lost. So yeah, not gonna be doing this anymore. I'm gonna be stepping away from YouTube as soon as I possibly can. Maybe I can have a video, maybe I can have someone working for me in the future after this is all finished. Next year when I start the boating channel, I'm going to be buying a boat. I'm going to be going from the seas. It's going to be a yachting channel. It probably will be a new channel from depends how we can do the SEO. We probably can't do search engine optimization having the old videos that I have, because there's way too much in your face truth on those ones. Although I still plan to, I don't know, we'll play with stuff and see how we go. We'll try to do SEO and try to get the channel numbers up, try to drag new people in. But when YouTube tags you and puts you under that certain algorithm to keep you shielded, you're not going to break through that. You're probably better starting a new channel from what many people have found, But for the meantime, this crypto will be part of the talks. I'll try to keep the videos to under 40 minutes. I'll try to keep them to under 20 minutes ideally. Yeah, that's it. It's been therapeutic. I was going to say fun, doing these videos over the years. But yeah, there's just no point fighting against. I've got enough strikes now. There's just no point. Oh, sitting on eggshells because they're threatening me. Fuck off. Fuck you, Tube. Fuck you, Tube. Anita, you know how the movie Forrest Gump, what's it called again? Forrest Gump. Yeah, sorry. When it was like he came up with the, oh man, you just stood in shit. It happens. What shit? And then next thing, shit happens. So apparently he invented the bumper sticker, right? The thing that I just said before could be one. I can't remember what I said though, because I'm very, very drunk. All right, you take care. See my videos. Hopefully stay on. Join the other channel. If you look up, if you click on the channel, you'll see the bar at the top that's got the Cryptoversity thing along the main banner, and it links to my other channel, Red Pill Diaries. I will only be on there, and then in time, when I find, if they ever get an app that makes it easy to upload and actually fucking works properly, then I will be on Odysee. LBRY/Odysee. LBRY is actually going now, they're getting rid of that name, but I'll be on Odysee, okay? But in the meantime, I'm not going to sit there fucking around like I did back in 2017 and 18, trying to use DTube and just literally hours re-upload. No, it failed, re-upload failed, and the same on Viewly and the same on BitTube. I can't be asked for that shit. But this is convenient. All right, see ya. Cheers. It's been cool. Oh my god, it's all over.